Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Nurse Mark and the Green Nurse Daily Dose of AFA,
where we bring you hope and inspiration for growth and healing so you can start your day off the AFA way. And in case you have forgotten what that is,
oh my God.
Guess who wrote a book about it?
In case you've forgotten, yeah, just open the book. It'll tell you about it. Seriously, you are absolutely amazing exactly as you are. I'm going to tell you that every morning. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you that all the time whenever I see you, talk to you. Yeah, you're absolutely amazing. You don't have to change one bit.
No.
Boom.
Boom.
Now own it. Let's get into the day. Welcome, Sherry, to Thursday, February 25th, 2021. Almost over. February's almost done.
It's almost done. I can't.
Time's gonna be coming.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I always feel good once we get out of February. I'm like, okay, all right, the worst is over. March, yeah, okay, but April, boy, now we're getting going.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We are getting going, and it is good because we're getting through this year. We're doing this one day at a time.
Yeah.
One AFA day at a time.
One AFA day. Joseph, what's up, Big Joe?
Good morning, Joseph.
You gotta own it, baby. That's exactly right.
Yes.
So, Throwback Thursday. Here we go. We're going to start off, of course, with our daily love. And Sherry, you've got something to share this morning. So that's cool.
Yeah.
This morning's daily love was about can't be dones. So how we take on over time this idea that, well, no, I can't do that because, well, I'm too old. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough education. I'm just not smart enough. I mean, and we limit ourselves in what we actually can do, because the truth of the matter is you can do anything you want. And I love it. So here's a little quote from it. It says, it's a wonderful saying. He didn't know that it couldn't be done, so he did it.
Yes.
So it's about that mentality of if you just do it, it'll happen. And sometimes it's scary, right? Because sometimes you have these things you do, you try something and you fail. And I'll give you an example. I used to hate public speaking. Like in school, I'm telling you, Sherry, all the way through to the end of high school, I didn't do one oral presentation.
How'd you get out of it?
I took a 0.
Oh, wow.
But I'm a really good test taker, so that offset that 0, right? But I never did. I would just not do it. I would say, sorry, just can't do it. Didn't prepare, because I was so petrified of getting up in front of people and talking. Now you know me now. Oh my God, it's my greatest joy. I love public speaking. If somebody says, hey, we got a grand opening, you want to say a few words? Yeah, of course I do. But I'm going to tell you right now, you better keep a timer and keep me to it, because I'll go on and on and on. I love to speak in public. So
that's a good story.
What happened? I just had to step into it and practice. Like I went to Toastmasters and I worked through it, because it is a legitimate fear.
Yeah. Oh boy, is it ever.
The side of that is I'm actually really good at public speaking.
There you go.
Pick something in your life. I'm sure an example where you were like, no, I really can't do that. But then you're courageous.
Cannabis nursing. There you go.
Boom. Cannabis nursing. It wasn't even a thing.
No. And how? And here it is how could I possibly help someone else when I am sick and suffering? Right. So that's the mentality. You know, here I am. I can't go back to traditional work.
Right.
I'm home. I've got a laundry list of medical problems. You know, woe is me. But I had to feel that. I had to get through that. But what it was just think about this. Think about a little kid. They don't know that they can't do anything.
Right. They'll try anything.
They'll try anything.
Yeah.
And so my son is also a really, really good example of that too. And one of our favorite movies and his favorite movie is Forrest Gump. Because Forrest Gump's mother, okay, this is interesting, said that Forrest could do and be anything that he wanted. And guess what? He did.
Right.
And so that's one of the quotes that my son will never, ever forget, because he took that and he basically, this is the interesting thing. He goes, if I didn't hear that, I probably wouldn't have listened to you as much, because Forrest Gump's mother told him that quote. I told him that quote. We watched the movie together and it stuck. So he saw a living example, even though it was through a movie. But talk about that shift of perception. You can be anything that you want.
So that's the message today, folks. Throwback Thursday. You can break through all of that bullshit of the can't be dones, and you can do it. And I'll tell you what, I'm 2 classes away from getting my master's. I didn't get my first college degree until I was in my 50s. Like, I didn't start till I was in my 50s. So
that's awesome.
Listen, I could have come up with a ton of excuses and said, hey, why would I go get a degree? I've already got a successful business, blah, blah, blah. I don't need it. You know what? It bothered me my whole life that I didn't complete my college degree, that I just didn't take that course. Bothered me all the time. Always felt less than, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Get in my 50s. I had the opportunity. I did it. And now I'm 2 classes away from my master's.
See, isn't that awesome? So it's never too late. And here I was doing a meditation this morning, and this is it's all ties in together.
Yeah.
And this is what Mark's book talks about. Mark teaches us how to be our own guru, right? If you're absolutely fucking amazing just the way you are, what you need to do is sort out the bullshit that goes through your head. So here's a really cool quote. One of my favorite authors, teachers, enrealment activist, and grounded spiritualist. His name is Jeff Brown. And his quote for today was this: knock all the gurus off your altar and replace them with a picture of you. So knock all the gurus off your altar and replace them with a picture of you. He then goes on to say, you are the guru of your own life. You don't need a guru to tell you what your path is. You just need to clear the emotional debris that obstructs your knowing with a capital K.
Yeah.
You just need to peel away the layers of misidentification, right? You need to look inside your beautiful bones, tap into your spirit. Your true path is encoded into you. And this is your divine expression of creative love. And he says, there it is, waiting for its opportunity to human manifest. And healing helpers, so such those gurus, the healing helpers can support the clearing, but they cannot know which path calls you. So basically only you can, you can read from deep within. So all of these tools that we give you about energy and breath work is meant to show you that you are the sculptor of your own reality, right?
You are the creator.
You're the creator. Oh, you got the shirt on.
Right. It's perfect. You are the creator of your life. All of your reality, which there's 8 billion realities because they're all individual realities, is generated here. Reality's not out here. Okay. It's here.
You create it. You create that. So here's the cool thing. I'm going to tie it into cannabis and nursing. So, I've heard this quote many times. I know I always have to tie it in. I've heard this really, really so many times, and it makes sense to me. So nursing taught me how to treat. Cannabis taught me how to heal. And healers lead you to the tree of knowledge where you can choose your path to heal, right? It's not about me. It's about you. What do you want? How do you want to live your best life? And we hold your hand, right? And teach you and educate you to find your tools. People will say, Sherry, does this work? Sherry, does that work? I go, listen, it all works and none of it works. So your job is to explore the tools that are going to work best for you so you can live your best life.
All right.
History. You're good at this.
Hold on. We got to do self-care. What's the self-care?
Self-care.
Excuse me.
Self-care is basically. Oh, you go first. I'm trying to.
So, I'm a really huge fan of exercise. Like we talked about a sedentary lifestyle. You got to be getting off the couch and moving. You got to move. You say it. Motion is the lotion.
Motion is lotion.
So I like to use, I like to know where I'm at when I'm in my, physically, so that I can set sort of some loose goals, right, around what I want to do. So number one thing, and I talk about it in the book, the number one thing, I don't like to look at weight. Weight is irrelevant. Like looking at your weight when you're trying to become more healthy. People say, I want to lose weight. Not necessarily. you want to change your body mass index. In other words, you want to change how much body fat you have, but you may end up weighing more if you do it correctly because you'll build more lean muscle mass. So
Yes.
because muscle weighs more than fat, you may increase in weight, but look so much better or feel so much better because you lost the body fat.
So
Yeah.
here's a cool thing really quickly. So one of the things I worked at 3 gyms and was teaching body transformation to women. And one of the cool things, what we had a big pile of muscle and a big pile of fat. And we weighed them. You know, it was a stimulating thing. And they weighed the same, but the thing that was different was the fat was 3 times larger.
Right.
So our fat cells are 3 times larger than our muscle cells.
Right.
So that's why when you have that body transformation, you bring it all in, you tighten it up, right? And muscle dictates metabolism.
Of course
there you go.
Does. Yes. So more lean muscle mass, higher metabolization rate, you're just going to burn. You're going to burn. So,
burn, baby, burn.
It's that, it's that ratio, right? And BMI, body mass index, that is a bullshit number created by a mathematician, 100 and so, or over 100 years ago. Okay. Body mass index is useless. I remember that I think I told this story before. I was at the doctor's for a physical 20 years ago. And I've always been into exercise. Like I've always worked out, different iterations. I've tried everything. And I looked over his shoulder as he's charting, because this physical chart he's writing, and he puts the word obese
next to your name.
I'm like, whoa, hey, yeah, hold on a minute here. The fuck is that? Obese. He's like, well, according to the BMI chart, you're obese. I'm like 6 foot and I weigh 225 pounds. I'm like, oh, hey, bro, hold on a second. I work out all the time. It was because the body mass index chart, the BMI chart, does not take into consideration the weight of muscle versus. So here's my point. I'm going to go this morning and I'm going to have my body fat measured. Ooh. So any good gym now has that capacity to do body fat. And I have a friend who owns a company it's this amazing technology that will track your body fat and mass index, but they use a scan. And I actually have tried it as a beta. You stand on the pedestal and it spins and a laser scans your whole body. And then you get this 3D image of your body with all the areas where the fat are. It's amazing.
Whoa.
So anyway, that gives me a reference point to say, what am I looking to do? I'm looking to decrease my body fat percentage. So I know what my baseline is. And now a month from now, 2 months from now, I'll take it again. And that'll be my measure of progress.
That's
I like
awesome.
Data. I like
that. Absolutely. And so, what's interesting too? All right. You know what? And I'm going to follow suit because you know what? You keep talking about exercise and I've been measuring my steps and
love it.
They could be a little bit better. Listen, and, well, the thing too is even for women, when it comes to weight and muscle mass and all of that, I don't know if you've heard of a skinny fat. So women that are very thin, right? And they don't have a lot of muscle mass. Right. And so that can be really dangerous. Yeah. So I have seen women at a gym that have come to gym to work out to increase their metabolism so they could eat healthier foods.
Yep.
So instead of them gaining fat by just eating, they're incorporating the working out to build the muscle.
Yeah.
So they can eat healthier
muscle mass, right? For metabolization of drugs too. I mean, everything that you eat and ingest will be metabolized by your body. It'll be processed. You need that lean muscle mass in order to effectively do it. Yeah.
So here's the thing too, how are we going to tie cannabis in? And then we'll get into it.
Here we go.
Was basically too, is cannabis helps me to be able to move without discomfort and pain. Yep. So when I move, I have an issue with eating too. So here's the other piece of it is once I start to move and exercise, guess what's going to happen? My body's going to signal, you need to eat more, right?
Yeah.
So motion is the lotion. Thank you for the reminder.
Sherry, I have no problem eating. You know what? This does not happen by accident. This is intentional. Like I eat. Yeah, ask my wife. I'm like a teenage boy.
Well, I'm going to tell you make the best breakfasts. So
don't I? I do.
Oh,
that's my thing.
So I can't wait for you to come back. So
soon, partner, soon. All right. So Throwback Thursday. All right. Black History Month. We're coming down to the last day of Black History Month. We've talked about some rough stuff, right? We need to talk about it because we talk about things that people don't want to talk about. Yeah. So we're going to wrap it up. going to talk about this period of time called Reconstruction. It was right after the Civil War. 4 million African Americans are free from slavery. And for a short period of time, for a short window after Lincoln was assassinated and Jackson took over, there was this period of time called Reconstruction. And it was when the federal government was actually trying to help support 4 million people who came from with nothing, because they were slaves. So they had nothing.
Right.
So they created this Freedmen's Bureau. And so from 1865 to 72, that Freedmen's Bureau worked to help create support for the African American community and help rebuild the South after the Civil War. So a lot of good things happened. Like they founded 1,000 colleges, 1,000 Black universities and colleges in that short period of time. And so one of them was Howard University, which is a very famous, mostly Black school. It's integrated now, but it was primarily for African Americans. And, there's Howard, and Spelman was an all women's college. Now these are founded, 1867, I think, was Howard University. And it's, I know I have so many friends who have graduated from Howard, and, doctors and just amazing, accomplished friends of mine from this amazing university that was founded because of the Freedmen's Bureau. But here's the thing. In 1872, the Freedmen's Bureau was abolished. Congress, with the pressure of the Southern senators, abolished it. And so that began a period of time called Jim Crow. And that was basically when the federal government said, well, we've done all we can under the pressure of the Southern states. We've done all we can. Sorry, we're just going to give it up. And so they left 4 million African Americans at the hands of the people who were formerly their owners. And so what happened, of course, was this sharecropper system. If you don't know what that is, it's pretty much an agreement with the landowner, which the federal government gave back the lands to the Southern whites and the former slave owners. And the agreement is this: you can work this piece of land, you'll never own it, and I will charge you for everything that you need to do. And guess what? At the end of the day, what I charge you for all of the items and things and the costs to live on my land and what you produce is going to be equal. You will never make any money. You are stuck here. So effectively, folks, what was it? It was slavery in a new
all over again. Yeah, slavery just packaged up, looking different.
That's all it was.
That's sick.
That's all it was. Well, that's what happened. So did the North really win the Civil War? Well, physically in the beginning, yes, but in the end, the South won the Civil War because they ended up back with slaves again for a very long period of time. And so that's why you see a migration of African Americans from the South to the northern cities over different periods of time. And that's why you had, all of this influx of African Americans moving north, because it was an untenable situation in the South. They just would never, ever be anything other than slaves again. So there you have it.
Free. Yeah, they truly weren't free.
Things, folks.
You got to know these things.
It's relevant to what happens today in our interactions, whether you want to believe it or not. That is, in fact, what,
because it is generational trauma.
Of course,
it's being
we carry it.
Carry it.
Yeah. So here we are, Howard University.
Howard University, and that was really a great history lesson, because I didn't even know the names of those periods of time. So that's
we don't, because we're not really. They're glossed over. You know what? It's who writes the history? It's all opinion, right? It's all reference points. So if white people are writing the history, you're going to get a white history of what happened, right?
True.
Like we just and it's uncomfortable. People don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would I'm a white man. This world's made for me. Why would I ever want to talk about anything other than let's just keep the status quo? Which is why, of course, we have mostly male white people in politics, right?
Can you imagine if women run the world?
God, I just dream about it.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
I know.
Oh,
nice.
I dream about it. Yep. Okay, so here we are. We're back.
We're back.
Thanks for stopping by the way.
Yes.
All of you who are here. God, it's always good to see you every morning.
It is.
Sherry. Yeah.
We've got some things going on. So, first of all, you have to check out Mark's book on Amazon. There's a link right down
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
Tomorrow morning, we're doing some energy healing, which is going to
Yep.
be great with
Mhm.
Healy, Green
Mhm.
Nurse Denise, Michelle, and Carrie Lee, and myself.
Yeah.
We're going to be educating. We're going to be talking about resonance. What
Mhm.
is resonance? What does frequency and what does vibration mean?
Right.
Those are really, because everyone's like energy, energy, energy. No, we're going to break it down just a little bit
Yeah.
and give a sample because I think that's
Yeah.
really important.
And
The other thing,
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
Yeah. So I was just going to tie to cannabis. So we talked about a lot this week. We talked about munchies. We talked about some things about insulin resistance and insulin sensitivity and how cannabis can interact with that and help people who are having issues with that, diabetes and now we're talking today about body fat percentage. All of these, cannabis can have a profound effect
Yeah.
on our metabolism and how we really, process foods and generate energy for our cells. So I really just wanted to tie that in. So when I get my body fat percentage today, I'll know that, regular cannabis use in a medicinal format for me is going to just help me to be much more able to decrease my body fat because I'm not going to be up against such a force, because once you get it, especially, no, I was just going to say, especially at my age, that's bullshit. I'm not buying into this thing that, as you get older, it's harder to lose weight. No, when you get older, you get fucking lazy. Okay. That's all there is to it. That's the damn truth.
I
So it's
completely
a lot
agree with
easier
you.
for me to sit on the couch, Sherry, now because I'm like,
All right. So I have a quick little thing and we can talk about it tomorrow. What is
yeah.
your guess? Let's just take a guess of what your body fat is.
You know what? I'm going to say that it's 23%.
Okay. My guess is 21.
Okay. And I've been down as low as 12.
Yeah.
So when you're in the 10 to 12 range, you're like in elite
basically your
athletes.
skin
Yeah.
is like glued to your muscle.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. I actually at one point in the last 9 years, I actually saw my abs.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've been covered for a long time.
Yes.
Because genetically, our family, we have this propensity to hold because we're survivors, Sherry. So we hold on to some fat because you never know those lean years to come.
That's
Seriously, that's evolutionarily.
No, I get it. So
family.
you guys, you want to be blown away? Here's a really cool thing that's going to blow you away. So when I first started healing with cannabis, I started working at a gym on the side just to teach and educate and to get healthy. I was extremely, extremely malnourished and thin, and I went to the gym so I could build muscle and start eating again. So when I got on that body fat scale, okay, my body fat was almost 30%. Okay, that's huge. I was all fat and no muscle.
But you were thin,
but
right?
I was thin. Okay, so what happened, right? I had the muscle atrophy.
Skinny fat,
It was that skinny fat. And then the fat was protecting me because fat, we need fat sometimes to absorb nutrients, fat soluble vitamins. My body was in
regulation, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So my body was in protective mode. And once I started to exercise, I was able to literally, my weight stayed the same for a little while. And then I started to gain weight, but it changed to muscle. And so that's.
And you know what? And that muscle increases your temperature, right? You're able to maintain your body temperature, which is a huge thing. If you don't have enough of that lean muscle mass and a little bit of fat, I'll tell you, you'll notice in the CrossFit community, the people aren't super like lean. There's always a little bit of body fat because the ratio is right. So it's not about totally getting rid of it. Yeah. So
this is interesting. So anyways,
from Vegas, what's up? So glad Jack stopping by, Carrie Lee, Big Joe. Thanks for coming by, guys.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
You are awesome.
So remember today. It's an AFA day.
It's an AFA day. And if you or someone you love is suffering from chronic illness, chronic disease, pain, if you or someone you love are interested in learning about how to incorporate cannabis into your daily regimen for a health and wellness tool, or if you're cannabis curious and you want to learn how to have a safe adult use experience, contact us at The Green Nurse, because we truly want to educate and empower you to create the experience that you're looking for however which way you would like to consume cannabis. Because after all, what is it about, Mark? It's about living your best life.
It really is. It really is. Yeah. So join us. Will you join us in the community? I know you guys are all on board. You are family. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you.
And really have an AFA day. Remember, today is the only day we have. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. February 25th, 2021. Hate to say it, could be your last one. Make it a good one. Make it the best day that you can ever have.
Best day ever.
Yeah. Have an AFA day. We'll see you bright and early, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Yeah. All right. Go out and get it.